Like, just the music in Umbrella Academy gets me. But off topic
You
again.
get mad at me for my tangents.
Sorry, guys. We're tangenty people. We like talking.
Tangenty? Is that a word?
Tangenty people.
You know who was really the king of tangents? Coach Holcomb. BC guy. Welcome to our channel. We are back with another video. Welcome back to our living room. Guys, look! We have our couches. Aren't they beautiful?
We're
gonna
excited.
figure something out for this wall. Give us some suggestions, Let us know what you guys want us to put. Oh, it look cool here with our couches. I'm super excited to decorate everything. But besides the point, this week we are doing our video on the Netflix original movie, The Old Guard. It looks super cool. But to backtrack, I'm Elle.
And I'm Ryan.
And on this channel, we watch TV shows and movies and just general media and talk about them.
Yep. Because we have no one else to talk to.
Basically.
And we need people to talk to.
Basically. It's our lives now.
Yeah. We bore each other if we talked about the same things.
It's not even that we bore each other. I just can't handle the amount. It's good to outsource.
Handle. That's not fair.
It's good to outsource.
Maybe I'm tired of talking about Bob's Burgers
to people.
99% of the time.
First of all, listen. Bob's Burgers is the most amazing cartoon show of all time. You can fight me on this. Better than The Simpsons. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. I mean, I feel like
guys, I'm really sorry for her. I know she said that The Office is terrible last video, and now she said The Simpsons. I apologize that she's going after every mainstream media.
Maybe I should just be an internet troll. Just say that everything everyone loves is terrible, and say the opposite is better. Okay, but so short thing about Bob's Burgers, even the creators of Bob's Burgers don't think that they're better than The Simpsons. A lot of Bob's Burgers is modeled after The Simpsons. Anyway, this week. This week, The Old Guard. I loved this movie. I didn't realize how long it was, but I loved this movie.
It's normal
really
movie
cool.
length.
I guess.
It's 2 hours-ish.
I guess my ADHD just kicked up for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It's my ADHD transferring to you.
Maybe.
You're siphoning off part of it. That'd be nice. It's really annoying.
Alright, but so The Old Guard was a really cool movie, and it's a really cool concept, because in The Old Guard it starts off with 4 immortal beings, and the thing about them though is that they just kind of they aren't born immortal, or there's nothing special about them initially, and then they die for the first time, and then they come back, and that is it. They are alive for however long, hundreds of thousands of years or whatever it is.
Yeah, and every time they die, they just keep coming back.
But there's no rhyme or reason to which one and what people become immortal.
Yeah, there's not a certain way you have to die or
because they don't know, and it's the youngest one. What's his name?
Booker,
the youngest
not his
one.
name, that's what they call him. I don't remember his original name.
Yeah, well, he's not the youngest. I guess he is the youngest. He's the last one to be added to their group.
Yeah, he's the youngest pre-movie.
Yeah, the last one to be added to their group, and he became immortal in 1812.
No, he was born in 1812.
He was born in 1812.
So sometime after 18. He's probably about 30, so 1850-ish.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But he just kind of shows up. They're so there wasn't any more recent ones until of course in this movie when the most recent one showed up.
And there's no time period comparison either. The oldest one, which is the main character, Charlize Theron's character, Andromeda of Scylla. Andy was born. I wrote it down. In 4700 BCE.
I think you just told me. I just know that she's 6,000 years old.
She's 6,000 years old. And then
in the comic books, they don't say in the actual
It's
movie.
the same in the movie, they just actually say it in the comic
That's what I just meant.
Okay. They don't say it in the movie. I looked this stuff up because I'm a nerd. And then there's a couple more in between, but the next one that we see in the movie, the next two that we see in the movie became immortal at the same time, and they're both from the Crusades.
Oh, they're the cutest couple, yo.
So
they're
like,
a gay couple.
as you can see, there's no like a certain amount of time passes and then another one. It's just like random.
Yeah, and like the biggest question whenever a new one shows up is why them and why now. I know that at some point while we were watching it, so I don't want to spoil the movie. But
I mean,
like,
we have a spoiler alert.
Well, this is an actual movie, not a show. Like it's different for me for some reason. But like it's almost like
I guess we can try and keep it as.
It's almost like someone dies and someone is born that we thought is what it was, but it's not consistent.
It's not. Yeah,
almost.
we tried.
So like we don't really know why and how they get new ones, just that they do. So like it's almost like it's like the Avatar, where like the universe like there needs to be balance in the universe, and like another one is just born.
Just the big question is we don't know why they become immortal, so like we don't know the reasoning. Is it magic? Is it science? Is it mutation? Is it
God?
Yeah.
Are they gods?
So because we don't know why, there's no way to speculate on as to like what's their purpose and stuff like that. I mean, alright, disclaimer, we've never read the comics.
Yeah.
If you have, it might say in the comics. We don't know. But as far as the movie, because we don't know why they become immortal, there's not a good way to speculate on like their purpose and like all that kind of stuff.
But I feel like this movie is like quintessential, like magical movie. So there's like the one dude who's like like characters wise. So there's like the one dude who's like heartbroken and he wants to save the world, and like he's misunderstands the situation. Like not like misunderstanding, but he like misinterprets.
Wait, who are you talking about?
The CIA dude.
Oh, James.
So like he's like super heartbroken. He wants to save the world, so he thinks by doing this one thing that he'll be able to do it. So he like puts into jeopardy everyone, and like doesn't actually realize that the bad guy is the bad guy. And then bad guy, as normal TV Hollywood movies, he is like the quintessential like CEO, money is everything, like I need to be the first and only one who has it. I'm doing this for the greater good.
Yeah. He is quintessential bad guy.
Yeah,
he's the worst.
And then there's, of course, again, quintessential, like, inside man who betrayed his group for his own, like, selfish reasons. It's like, I feel like it follows a lot of, like, very, like, easy movie tropes, but, like, it does it well.
Yeah, so,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, so, like, one thing is that, like, with this movie, it's not new. Like, the concept, like, immortal warriors or whatever fighting for whatever.
And then, like,
I've seen it before. I've seen it a lot.
And then, like, the one member of the group who's sad and never wanted to be immortal and, like, he wants to die.
Nothing about the story, I would say, is necessarily, like, genre-shattering.
Yeah.
It's, like... It's an action movie about immortal warriors. You're gonna get out of it what you expect to get out of it. I just think that out of all the ones I've seen, it's very well done.
Charlize Theron is bad, man. Like, I just love seeing her in the action sequences, and like she just looks so cool. Like her just fighting, like I could have a whole movie of her just doing. I think there is Atomic Blonde.
I mean, yeah, that's what she does in Atomic Blonde.
And I love that movie. That movie's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I really do like this movie. I think you said at the end, like, the ending was a little surprising for you because of stuff.
I'm annoyed that you're not letting me put a spoiler warning on this one.
Okay, fine. Put a spoiler warning, we'll say it. So in the end, Charlize Theron lose her immortality. And like the whole thing in the movie is that you are immortal until you're not, basically. Like no one knows why, no one knows how it does it.
Not be immortal.
Just that like eventually if you sustain enough like injuries that like that time will be your time.
It's not even that if you sustain enough injuries, because like they've all died in hundreds of thousands of different ways. I mean, at one point we learned that Charlize Theron's character Andy was burned alive. It's a pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
But like, so it's not like if you get blown up enough, you're just gonna die. It's just that like eventually your immortality is just like,
but like, okay, like, so I say that because I know that we had another theory that was like if you were taken before your time, Like, if you die before you're meant to, kind of, that, like, you become immortal, and that, like, eventually it becomes, like, your time to die. That, like, if you were taken before you were ready to die, kind of a thing.
Like a universal fate kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you were fated to
and so
do
that,
this,
like, eventually,
die,
like, the one injury that you sustain, like, that one's it. Like, that's how you're supposed to die. That's your, like, it's your time now.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what, so the last person, the last immortal to die, like, all he kept saying was, like, it's time. Like, it's time for me.
Yeah,
like, he wasn't, like,
I feel like
sad
that's something
about
that people just say when they die sometimes. That, like, it's okay, it's my time, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like in this movie it means something different considering that they are immortal and time essentially means nothing to them.
I guess.
So, like, for him to say, like, this is it, like, this is my time.
My problem with that theory is, like, Quinn. I feel like Quinn breaks that theory.
How? Wait, which one? That, like, she wasn't supposed to die when she died?
Yeah, the whole, like, you'll do your purpose and you'll die with your time just because, I don't know.
Okay, well, I feel like that even more fits, because right around the time that Quinn loses her immortality...
Quinn doesn't lose her immortality.
No, not Quinn, that, like, Andy loses her immortality, Quinn shows up.
I guess. I don't know, I'm just saying, if I was Quinn, I'd be pretty pissed.
Why?
Drowning alive.
Oh my god, I say Quinn, not Quinn. Who's the new chick? What's her
Niall.
name? Niall, yeah, I'm sorry. Niall.
She's confusing characters.
I am. Niall shows up when Andy loses her immortality.
Quinn has been she's older than the three guys, but not as old as Andy. She's the second oldest.
I would say she's
second oldest.
Yeah,
because she's immortal after Andy, but before Lycan.
Yeah.
So she's second oldest.
Yeah, she is.
Then we know.
Because for a while it was the two of them, and then they got
Lycan,
more.
and then Lycan died, and then
the two.
Quinn got drowned alive.
Yeah.
And then they found Nikki and Joe, and then Nikki and Joe and Andy found Booker. That would be the timeline right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the ending just because. So I have this thing with movies and TV, with anything, is that, like, when there's, like, a bad guy or whatever, I love the bad guys and I love to hate them, but, like, in the end, like, everyone
needs to get
their comeuppance. Like, karma needs to correct itself. Everybody's got to get what's coming to them, and I feel like there's some stuff that I've watched that doesn't happen, and it really ticks me off.
Yeah.
But everybody gets their comeuppance in this movie, and I like it. It makes me happy.
No one
it's
likes
satisfying.
That when, like, the bad guy doesn't get what they deserve, kind of thing.
Everyone gets what they deserve in this movie, and it makes me happy.
Yeah, but I also know that, like, one thing that you really liked at the end of the movie was that even though Charlize Theron's character, Andy, like, loses her mortality, she doesn't die at the end.
It's true.
Like, there's not some heartbreaking scene where, like, she's thousands of years old and, like, somehow this is the
They're,
moment
like, holding
where she
her
dies.
as she dies.
Yeah, and, like, the whole group is around her, and, like, Booker's like, I'm so sorry, and, like, she just passed, like, she dies. Like, no, like, that's not... She stays alive. Booker gets exiled.
But yeah, because just, like, I feel like that's very easy for them to do, and it's something those movies do a lot. It's a very common trope, is that, like, as the new person comes in, the old person must die off to give way for them to leave.
Yeah.
And, like, there's always, like, this sad ending at the end, or they're, like, all around them as they're dying, and the person who's dying is like, it's okay, it's my time, like, I'll forgive you, and you're the new blood, and, like, all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad they didn't do that, because it's tropey and it's annoying.
Didn't, like,
and
tell her, like,
do that.
Lead them for me. Take my place.
Yeah.
Like, you're the next one.
I'm glad they didn't do that, because it's really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like
I'm tired of seeing it.
In some movies, it's a trend to go the opposite way. Like, in some movies, it's like a trend to not make, like, go out of your way to not make a happy ending. But, like, this one, like,
I love a good tragic movie. My favorite movie is V for Vendetta, if that's any comparison of the kind of movies I like to watch.
I'm a happy
But I
person.
don't like it when a movie, like, unnecessarily goes out of its way to be as depressing as possible. Like, there's a difference between, like, having your story and having a point, and, like, it just end up being sad because that's just your story, or, like, just being sad for the sake of tears.
'Cause, I mean, like, I don't like when movies make you feel some type of way after. Like, after you watch the movie and, like
that's
it's
my
not.
favorite thing.
And then you just, like, sit there, the credits are rolling, and
Yeah,
you're
that's
just.
my favorite thing. I love that.
Okay. Like, did we.
I
That's
love
it? That's how,
it when
that's how we're
movies are like
ending?
that. That's how I felt after I watched The King. I was like, maybe we'll do The King in a different video.
Sure.
But I
Let us
like
know
it
if you
when
guys want
movies
that.
give me something afterwards, and
Mhm.
I like that this movie. I wouldn't call it a happy ending, but it wasn't a depressing ending either. It was just an ending.
So there's an ending, and then there's like an ending.
That's true. Netflix has set it up that they could do like sequels.
So there's like the actual ending to the movie, and then there's like the Booker leaves, he's by himself, he goes
there's
home,
the Booker meets Quinn,
and then like cliffhanger. Like that's like what happens.
They did leave it open if they want to do sequels.
I hope they do a sequel because I'm interested to see what happens.
I'm interested to see if they do a sequel, how long they'll take before they do the sequel. In the way, not in terms of like filming, but in terms of like years in the movie. Like, are they gonna like, is Charlize
pick
Theron
up right there?
Yeah, like are they gonna pick up right there, or are they gonna wait like 150 years? And Andy's been dead for a while.
Okay, considering how it ended, they cannot have waited that long because the whole point of the way the ending was is that those two have to meet at some point. I feel like.
Andy and Quinn.
Yes. Is I feel like she came back and then Andy lost her immortality. Like I feel like it can't just be like Quinn's like sitting and chilling for 100 years waiting for Andy to die.
Quinn and Andy do have to see each other.
Yeah.
Because they were together for a long time, and it's implied that they were even more together than just friends.
So like, will Quinn be angry? Like, will Quinn be like, "You tried, I understand"?
Quinn's lost her mind. That's all I'm saying.
How? She looks pretty normal-ish.
I think she's lost her mind. I'm just saying, drowning indefinitely for what was probably like 600 years.
Okay.
How do you not lose your mind? It's like being buried alive, but worse.
Okay, but like we've seen in previous movies, like people end up in a situation like that where they're like been locked up for like their whole lives, and then they come out and they're like, this one goal may like help me keep my sanity, or like just thinking about like this one thing like brought me here.
I think she's lost her mind.
I think she might be a little bit more like sadistic and like uncaring, but I don't think she's lost her mind.
Okay, but I mean like.
Because she seems too put together.
I don't mean like psychopathic schizophrenia, like can barely like. I don't mean like that. I just mean that like lost her mind. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good way to describe it.
Okay.
Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
So like so to me when you say lost her mind, like I think like yeah, like the psychopath doesn't care about human life whatsoever, thinks that like everyone is the scum of the earth. It's basically like she's like, I've survived, I'm immortal, I'm gonna kill anyone who gets in my way because y'all are ants.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Which is what I was saying. I think that she probably is like that.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Whatever.
You just like disagree with me, I swear.
It's fun.
Or you just like to argue with me.
It's fun.
Goodness.
Keeps life interesting.
Does it?
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you think so. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this movie besides it's a good movie. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. It's definitely worth like sitting down.
Yeah.
Watching through real quick.
It's a cool movie. Netflix did good. Netflix is getting better.
Yeah.
Netflix is doing better for themselves.
Netflix has made a couple of movies recently that I've watched that I've been like, it's a good movie. You should go watch it.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We will really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We want to be able to do this for a long time, and we hope that you guys will help us with that goal. I like talking to people, I like commenting back to y'all, so please comment, talk to me. I hope you guys like our new couches. Yeah. It took a long time coming. This COVID is not a joke.
Yes, like 2 months.
Like, it took like, I think it was just a month. Or was it? I think it might have been either a month or a month and a half. A long time.
I don't remember when we got these. It doesn't
exactly.
matter.
That's how long it's been.
But it's been fun. See y'all later.